NBA Tip-Off is presented by Lilly, a medicine company.
If a simple scenario start is Ernie-lytics, then what on earth is Chuck reporting 170 starters in a 150-starter league called?
Rich,
Mr. Sideline.
you can say stupid stuff when you're rich.
Called Chuck-a-lytics.
Tell him, Chuck.
Tell them. What they call me at the bank, Shaq?
Mr. Barkley.
They better not be sitting down when I walk in.
Credit one bank.
If you sit down, I'm moving my money.
Hey,
And the bank gonna tilt.
see what the Joker's going to do this year.
That's
It's never been done. First guy to lead the league in rebounds per game and assists per game.
That's amazing, man.
In the same season. Nuggets taking on the San Antonio Spurs in San Antonio later tonight. Denver wins that game. They're number 3. If they lose and the Lakers win, then they flip. The Lakers would be 3 and the Nuggets would be 4.
I have one more
Oh, my
addition.
God. Here you go again.
One more addition. How about we pay bonuses for a position? Meaning, if you're the 1 seed.
Oh, my God.
If you're the 1 seed, each player gets this one.
We're not talking about
You're the 2. Wait, let me finish.
No,
let me
man.
Talking about
finish.
the bottom barrels.
Let me finish. So now, if I'm the 12th seed, there's a bonus for my players. So now I'm playing. The players would say, no, we're not tanking. We're not sitting out because we get a bonus for being 10, 11. Wherever you finish, you get a bonus. So top guys finish
can
more.
I retort?
And it has been said players don't tank.
Can I?
Organizations
Organizations
Can I have
tank, and
a-
then
can
players
I-
would be like, no, I'm not sitting out.
You know the thing about moving? Can I have a retort?
Okay, tell me why. If I know I could get another $100,000 by being the 10th seed as a player, why wouldn't I do it?
Well, because you're already making 25
No,
million.
you could take that into
Hold on for a
collective
second.
collective bargaining.
Yeah. But you're taking. First of all, you're already making 25 million and you suck. I'm not giving you another 100,000.
No, this is part of the
No,
collective
I understand
bargaining.
that. You're already
That's how
making
you should do it,
25.
Kenny.
Guys are already making 30, 40 million dollars. You want me to pay you a bonus?
When you
or
win the
something?
championship, you get a bonus, don't you?
Yeah, that's called a championship, fool.
So that's my point.
So-
So winning the regular season, you should get a bonus.
We're talking about the
Come in
bottom
second.
team.
It should be a bonus.
Every player should get 3 to 5 games off for rest. 3 to 5 games off for rest. If you're hurt, the world needs to know what your injury is.
No, they do
That's
that.
how you fix it.
No, they don't.
No, they don't.
They do that
No, they
now.
don't.
They-
No,
they-
they don't.
they make
No,
it
they
up.
don't. Don't make it up. No, no.
But
No, you
can I
can't
ask
do
you this
that.
question?
Yes.
Can I ask you this question? Even if you played guys who maybe aren't starters, and we're the 11th seed, and we don't have a chance to win the
You
playoff,
need
but
to
we
be
can move
playing.
to 10 in the last 2
Oh, my
games,
God.
you don't think they would play hard?
Come on, man.
We're not talking about that. We're talking about the.
I just want to see hard. I don't want someone not playing hard.
We're talking about the bumbling Nets. The bumbling Nets. In the 13th speed, talking about resting everybody.
Can
No,
I ask you this
gotta play.
question then,
Yes.
Shaq? If you were the 13th seed, you're on the Brooklyn Nets, and you have 50 losses, and the 11th seed
gotta play.
has 49. Wait,
You have
and
to
they
play.
told me if we get another $100,000 according to the collective bargaining agreement
I'm
for the
with Chuck.
position, I'm not playing. I'll be like, I'm playing today. I'm gonna go get my extra
You're giving
100,000
somebody $100,000 to finish 13th?
because you could break it up
Oh,
in a
my
collective
God.
bargaining agreement easily.
And let me
There's
tell you
so much
How
money
about
in it.
this? If you're one of those bottom 5 in each conference, you got to give money back.
That's
I agree
right,
with
Ernie.
that.
That's right.
Yeah, how about
you know,
that?
Ernie, and I've said this for years, not just now. Not just basketball, football, baseball, any sport. I'm a firm believer. If you finish below 500, you should not be able to raise your ticket prices.
Well, that's another thing.
Seriously,
I agree.
100%. If
agree.
you suck, you should not be able to raise your ticket prices.
You can
What
pay
if,
these
what if
bums.
I? No, that's not a good.
Why is that
it
not a
is.
good
It
thing?
is.
Because what if I trade for LeBron James in the offseason?
Well, you should be better. You should be above 500.
What if Wemby was hurt last year?
That's
And he's
unfortunate.
back?
But
no.
come on, that's just unfortunate if he get hurt. And I don't know about the
Supply
worst
and
stuff.
demand.
Back to Denver, San Antonio.
This is an interesting question, Ernie.
In your own estimation, it is. We'll be the judge. What is it? What is the question?
Well, it's a big difference between do you want to play the Spurs in the second round or you want to play the Thunder?
Well, I mean,
That's a big deal.
right. But here's the
I'd
deal.
rather play the Spurs than the Thunder.
But here's the deal with the Nuggets. They win tonight. They're number 3. Okay?
Yes, they play the
But
Spurs in the second round.
I know. But they're not playing anybody. Joker's the only guy who might play.
I don't-
They're
that's
not-
what-
they're
that's
sitting
what's
Jamal
weird.
Murray.
That's-
They're
ooh.
sitting Aaron Gordon. They're sitting everybody.
They must want
I don't think that's
OKC.
See, I don't think that's smart.
You don't think it's smart? What?
No, because the Joker has his way with Rudy. So I need all my guys in the night. We want to get this first round. We want to go through them. And it don't matter who we have to play in the second round. If we have to play the champs in the second round, we got to beat them anyway. Let's get them out of the way. But today is the day where you're supposed to take care of business so you can be comfortable at home. Third or fourth, I want that number 3 seed. I want to play Minnesota in the first round.
They want, well, but apparently, whether they're 3 or 4 doesn't matter. They're sitting everybody.
I wouldn't have said everybody tonight.
Jeez.
But I think
it's mystifying to me.
because that to me
You
is
want to play
interesting.
Minnesota or Rockets in the first
Well,
round?
I don't think I think the Nuggets beat either one of them. I'm looking past the second round when you have to choose between playing the Spurs or OKC.
Yeah, but
I don't
Well,
think
neither one of those easy. But
I think
obviously the OKC comes in with a champ. But Denver 3-1 against both Minnesota and Houston, whoever they would meet in the first round.
I've been blessed to be on teams that had championship runs. We've never sat in the locker room and said, we're going to try to avoid this team in the second round. I don't know if y'all have.
Said that, but I'm
So
talking
that's
about-
what I mean. So
but we've
as a
never
team,
been- but we've
you're
never
not
been-
looking at it and going, oh, who do we have in the second round? You're like, you got home court advantage or not. And that's it. And I don't
got
think
these
they're looking
guys in the
further than
first
that.
round.
Well, so I'm just saying this. If I'm looking, we got to win this game. I'm not even worried about the first round. Denver's their championship contender. Whoever they play in that other stuff, they're like gonna be. But you're gonna have to say, I'd rather. This is just my opinion.
Have you done that before?
I know, but I'm telling
As
you,
a
I've never
team?
been in this exact situation.
Oh, okay.
I'd rather play instead of playing the defending champs. If I had a chance to play against, and listen, we love the Spurs. They've never been in any fire. They've never been in any fire before. We love Wemby. He might win the champ. He might win the MVP. But other than De'Aaron Fox, I'm maybe Harrison Barnes, if I remember correctly. But the rest of those young guys, it's going to be interesting how they react in the playoffs. That's all I'm saying.
Can you figure why Denver would sit their guys?
Injury. That would be the only thought. They're not
Everybody's injured?
No, they're like,
they want to
avoid injury. Again.
And Joker needs one more game.
Yeah,
to qualify for the
know.
NBA awards.
I don't know of any team that I've been on in those runs that when we really had a realistic chance of going deep, that we sat and said that.
Well, the only person y'all had to worry about was Akeem.
What are you talking
Like
about?
we weren't like nobody was worried. Like now, if y'all sit Akeem, now that'd be a different animal.
What are you talking about?
What I just said.
You don't think Sam Cassell, myself, Mario Early, Robert Horry made a difference in the NBA
no,
championships?
y'all made a difference.
You don't think when I broke the NBA record against the Orlando Magic to make them play in one-on-one, that made a difference?
Shaq sit out,
what are you
bro,
talking
that'd be a
about?
different-
That
that'd be a
doesn't make
different
sense.
animal.
Thanks, Brian Hill, for making us double the
What are you
key.
talking about?
I know exactly
no,
right.
They stopped doubling. They
had
wouldn't
a
double after
Brian
that.
Hill.
It was too late. I know it makes sense.
Denver and San Antonio, game 2 of our final night of the season doubleheader. Kenny's proposal for the lower seed sounds like Oprah giving cars.
We're giving away cars to bombs now, y'all.
Okay.